Hello, and welcome to My Point of View Movie Reviews. Today's review is for 2019's Shaft, starring Samuel L. Jackson and the old school dude, Richard Roundtree. This movie is directed by Tim Story. This movie was absolute gold. It was funny, action, it has suspense, a great cast, and I like the personal aspect of this movie. And I like the fact that they made the black people smart. The young man is a degree graduate from MIT and knows about computers. He's investigating what happened to his best friend. You know, this movie is really smart and edgy. I have to admit, Tim Story is one of my favorite directors. And a lot of you corporate YouTube channels that I used to love watching, but now sometimes you get on my nerve. Collider, the Screen Junkies. You know, all you do is tear down Tim Story. He's a terrible director. All his movies suck. Let me give you folks some education. Tim Story is a black director, so I'm already offended when you say he sucks. The man did Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer, the first Barbershop, Ride Along 2, What Men Want, or no, Think Like a Man and Think Like a Man 2. Guess what all of those movies have in common? Go ahead, I'll give you a moment. Guess what? They all went to #1. They all made money. All this the guy does is make studios money, and all of his movies go to #1 except one. He had one movie called Taxi, starring Queen Latifah. It came in at #4. So the dude has not had a misfire yet. He was the perfect director for this movie. And matter of fact, it's his first rated R movie, because the original Shaft, the remake of the remake of the remake, it was rated R, starring Samuel L. Jackson and Vanessa Williams. It was edgy, it was a little bit hardcore, not a whole lot of comedy, but the movie was serious. It had Christian Bale in there when he was a nobody. He took the same elements from that Shaft, kept it rated R, but added some comedy and made it a little more lighter. And it's something funny about Samuel L. Jackson starting to get a little older. He's still cool, he's still Shaft, and you better watch your mouth. But him learning from his son how to do things different is kind of cool, and how the son is learning from him to be old school. And by the end of this movie, check it out. Old school Shaft, Richard Roundtree, Samuel L. Jackson, and the young dude all have their individual styles as being a part of the Shaft investigation team, and they all bring something to the table, which makes this a surefire hit. This movie is fantastic. Definitely spend your monies and support this film. So all you corporate fools who are always downing on Tim Story, wake up and smell the money. That's all this guy does is make money. I don't know why you hate on him. Okay, there's 4 Fantastic Four movies. The 2 that were good, he directed and made money. If it wasn't for him discovering Chris Evans, guess what? It wouldn't be no Captain America's mother. Watch your mouth. I'm just talking about Shaft. You know, I get tired. As much as I love YouTube and watching a lot of channels, it can be very toxic. It's a small community of knuckleheads and nerdheads coming together talking, but some people just have hate in their heart. And sometimes it come across a little racial. I gotta be real with you. Because out here in the real world, the people that I know love Fantastic Four 1 and 2. I hear nobody talk bad about those movies. They're funny. They have the family dynamic. Ride Along 1 and 2. Who don't love Ice Cube and Kevin Hart? Okay. What's the other ones? I keep forgetting that name. What Men Want, or Think Like a Man, or whatever. Those 2 movies were hits. They had Kevin Hart in those too. Okay, the man just make hits. Who don't love Barbershop? And it spawned 2 more sequels. This man is sequel gold. Every movie he does is a sequel, and it goes to number one. And he took over a franchise that already has a sequel, and making it better. So get off the man's back and give the man props. Y'all have y'all favorite directors and Quentin Tarantino's and things like that. They can never do no wrong. Really? Grindhouse was a box office disaster. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. Let's keep let's keep things in perspective and watch your mouth. And all I'm doing is talking about Shaft. So go see this movie. It's funny as hell. It's action packed. Come on, Samuel L. Jackson in a rated R movie and he gets to cuss and kill white people. I love it. Until next time, like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments down below and tell all your friends. You know how I get down here. And don't take it personal. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. As always, it's just my point of view.
I'm a simple man, don't want a complication.